Hello and welcome back to the Look Fantastic YouTube channel, and welcome back to Beauty Talk. Now today's special guest is Samantha Faiers, who you may know from the Early Ways Essex or the Mummy Diaries, and is founder of REVIVE Collagen. So welcome Sam, thank you so much for coming on our episode of Beauty Talk.
Thank you so much for having me.
So for people that might not know you very well, would you like to tell them a little bit of a background story about your career?
Okay, so I started on a show called TOWIE almost 11 years ago now. So we got casted for the show. We really didn't know what we was kind of vetting ourselves in for, but it ended up being a huge success and actually made some really good memories on that show. I was on there for about 3 years. We actually won a BAFTA. Like, it's still actually like quite amazing, the fact that we won a BAFTA. And from there, I took I think it was about a year and a half out of TV, and I had 2 best-selling books. So I was touring the country doing book signings. I have had clothing lines, hair tools, lashes, lots of things really. Like, it's when I look back at everything I've done, it's actually quite hard to like pinpoint everything. And then I met Paul and fell pregnant, and then I pitched a TV show about kind of being a first-time mum, you know, the highs and lows of pregnancy and everything in between. And the show got commissioned, which was amazing. We got a one-off special, and it rated really well, so they gave us a series. So we was doing, it went from the Baby Diaries to the Mummy Diaries, and 7 years we was filming that show, so almost 7 years. And I've recently launched my very own collagen brand, and I've taken time out from the Mummy Diaries as well to focus on my business. But yeah, so I've been in the industry almost 11 years now. It's kind of flown by, actually.
So you've obviously done a lot in your career already. What would you say is your favourite career moment to date?
I think my favourite career moment has to be filming the Mummy Diaries. I feel like we've just got the best home movie ever, and I'll have that forever to show the kids when they get older. And obviously filming with my family, my sister, Paul, all the memories we made in between. I just feel like it was such a great era of my life, and like the kids have got all those memories to keep forever.
So we obviously only get to see a snippet of what goes on in your life on the Mummy Diaries. So what would you say is a typical day-to-day in the life of Samantha Faiers?
So, I mean, recently, I feel like my months can change and my weeks can change. Like, not every day is the same, but a typical day, I guess, I always get up before the kids. So I always try and get up about 6:30 so I can get my exercising in, because if I don't do it before the kids wake up, it just doesn't happen. So I do that, and then I come home, and then make the kids breakfast, make Paul and I breakfast, and like at the moment it's kids' holidays as well, so we're having to try and keep them busy. So like the other day we went to the farm, we're meeting up with friends. It's like trying to keep them entertained in the kids' holidays, and then in between that, kind of like trying to catch up on work, do work emails. Like yesterday, after I trained, fed the kids, I had to go into London. I had like a meeting all day, came home, you know, cooked the kids dinner, and just pretty normal, to be honest. But yeah, and always quite hectic. Like, there's never not a day where something's not going on. And it is nice sometimes to have those little kind of like days where I can just catch up on emails and like obviously get my social media content and stuff like that. So, but it's always pretty full on.
And do you think you would change anything about your career journey if you could, and if so, why?
I actually wouldn't change anything, because I feel like the highs and lows of my career and filming reality TV makes me who I am today. And I feel like you have to kind of go through certain stages in life, and they might not be great at the time, but I do feel like it kind of builds your character. And obviously being on reality TV, you're kind of putting yourself out there to be criticised and all this kind of stuff. So I feel like you have to go through the highs and lows to kind of build that thick layer of skin, I guess, so you can kind of deal with, I guess, like the people that aren't so nice.
So we've just launched Revive Collagen on LOOKFANTASTIC, which is available to shop now, so I'll have everything linked in the description in case you want to shop. So what made you want to start your own brand?
If I take it back to where it kind of began, when I stopped breastfeeding Rosie, I had an outbreak of adult acne, and I just couldn't get it under control. And growing up, teenage years, I never had acne, bad skin. I was always really lucky and had like nice pure skin. Anyway, so I was like, what is this? Like, and it was like really inflamed. Everything that I'd been given from a dermatologist and like doctors' prescriptions, all this stuff, it was actually making it worse. And I was like, surely there's got to be something out there that which is like not kind of pharmaceutical, as you'd say, and something more natural. And so I started taking collagen, and I started to see a bit of a difference, and I started seeing my skin feeling more glowy. And I thought, I would love to do my own skincare brand, but then make it more amazing. So like add more vitamins, and you know, like our new one we just launched has always got keratin in it as well for hair. I was like, how can I do collagen, which is super easy to take on the go without having to mix and all this kind of stuff, and then add all different bits in it, so it's like one of a kind. So then I thought of Revive Collagen. So in lockdown actually gave me the time and the headspace to really concentrate on Revive. And it's just gone from strength to strength. Like, it's been such an amazing journey, and I've learned so much in business and the beauty space in such a short amount of time. We've only actually been like live for, it'll be a year this month actually. So the end of this month, it'll be a year, and I'm just so proud of how it's progressed.
And as a brand, where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years?
So I do have a little bit of a plan. I always like have a vision, and I would love to go global. We are in the processes of getting into America at the moment, but because it's ingestible, it's taken a little bit longer. But yeah, I kind of see it in, you know, all over the world, like the leading collagen brand. And I've got kind of like a vision when we go to America, like just seeing my posters and banners in like Times Square. That's like a goal of mine.
How do you plan on developing your brand in the near future? Are there any products coming up that you can tell us about?
Yes, so we are in the process of developing 2 new products at the moment. One's actually launching pretty soon. And yeah, some really exciting things coming up. And we're going to try and hit like all areas of like skin, hair and nails. So yeah, it's exciting.
That's so exciting, I can't wait. So past or present, what beauty trend would you say is going to shape the beauty industry in the future?
I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I feel like minimal makeup and like dewy, glowy skin is going to be like here to stay for a while now. And I've noticed influencers and models have really toned it back a little bit, and they're concentrating more on their skin, like their skin routine and skincare, and then only using like minimal coverage and like more glowy. And I just feel like I'm actually really happy for that as well, because I've made some like bad makeup mistakes in the past.
It makes me think, why did anyone let me go out of the house looking like that?
In that as well, like back in the TOWIE days, we used to like double up on eyelashes. Like we'd do like one set, second set, a lip liner, like all like, yeah, brows, all of it was just all wrong. But that is part of growing up, and I love looking back. Well, I cringe, but it is funny looking back at them.
Working in the public eye, do you ever feel a pressure to fit in with these stereotypical beauty standards?
As I've kind of, yeah, I think since being a mum has made me realise actually just do what I feel suits me. And I can say the same about hair as well. It's like, actually, I just like my hair pretty natural, my own sort of colour with a few highlights. And I just stick now to what I feel suits me and I feel most confident in. I just think that you just got to do you and how you feel comfortable with like your hair and makeup, because when you feel confident in like your hair, makeup and outfit, that shines through, like rather than trying to look a certain way or dress a certain way. I always feel most confident when I'm just comfortable with my makeup and my outfit.
How did you feel when you were going on shoots and getting your makeup done when you developed adult acne? Do you have any advice for anyone who might be going through something similar or have adult acne themselves? So
I actually used to get really embarrassed about having the acne, and so like for example, if I'd go on a shoot, I would be like, oh gosh, like my skin's really inflamed, I feel quite embarrassed, please can you like cover it as much as possible, and blah blah blah. And obviously everyone's always lovely, they see different types of skin all the time, but I used to feel like really conscious, like I would not leave the house without putting like full coverage over my like skin. And I remember once being on holiday, and I think with all the sun creams and all the different in and out of water and stuff like that, it got really bad. And I remember just like crying, because I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, this is out of control. Like how, and I don't want to wear makeup on holiday. And I was like, how am I going to get this under control? And it was like, that was like my lowest, because I was like, it made me feel just like really kind of ashamed. When actually I should never have felt like that, because when I came out and shared pictures and when I had it, I reached out to so many people like really related with me and was like, I'm so happy that you've posted this, because they're going through the same thing. And actually millions of people go through this, whether it's adult acne or acne as a teenager. And I just feel like we shouldn't be ashamed, because we are human beings and not all of us are going to have perfect skin. And in terms of like treating it, I do think it's, a lot of it is to do from within. So like we try all these potions and facials and stuff, and don't get me wrong, like they help, but I don't know if that actually gets to the core problem of the acne. So I definitely think it's from within, like working inside out, and then finding a skincare that suits your skin type. I found that skincare that was really, really gentle helped, whereas, you know, other people try stuff with like really high percentage of, you know, certain ingredients, and that didn't work for me. It actually made it worse. So yeah, and I would probably look at drinking more water, changing certain things in your diet. I noticed that dairy really helped me as well, like cutting out certain bits of dairy. So yeah, it's like a mixture of things.
Have your views on beauty standards changed since becoming a mother?
I think since being a mum, that's totally changed for me, because like I said earlier, I feel like however you want to wear your makeup, wear it however it makes you feel confident and happy. So whether it is that you go heavy on the eyeliner, or you like a red lip, and whatever it is that I think makes you happy, do that. Because, you know, there's so many big celebrities and influencers out there that have their own style of makeup, and it can be quite heavy and almost like change the appearance of what you actually look like. And I don't really want like Rosie, for example, to grow up and feel like she has to do, you know, all this makeup and do her, you know, cheeks in a certain way, or do her nose in a certain way just to fit in. Like I feel like that's changing a little bit, and I really hope that it continues that way, because I just always want like Rosie to be comfortable in her own skin and just do her makeup how she wants to, and not how, you know, society say how you should do it.
And finally, do you have any advice that you could give to someone who wants to feel more confident and secure in themselves?
I guess, I mean, this is quite common, but it is actually true and it helps. I think you need to be kind to yourself. Like, and don't get me wrong, I do this all the time, and I'm like, oh, I look awful, or oh, I'm having a bad hair day. You know, you can always put yourself down, but I just feel like we all need to be more kind to ourselves, because you know what it's like on social media. Everybody looks beautiful. Nobody posts ugly pictures. I mean, I don't really post ugly pictures, and I've started seeing a change now where people are posting like their real bodies and, you know, their real skin and things like that. And I just feel like we all need to be doing more of that, myself included, because like when I posted my acne picture, it actually helped so many more people feel like, oh, thank God I can relate to that. I'm not the only person, and you're never the only person. Like, you know, just be nice to yourself, you know, be happy, share any problems that you have with friends and family. Don't battle things in, you know, always talk. And I always think like laughter. So like if you're having an off day, when you get home after work, after school, put something on that makes you laugh, or watch like a YouTube channel where someone makes you feel uplifted. You know, like my kids make me laugh every day. I feel like if I've had like a stressful day or something's happened, I can always rely on Paul and Rosie to make me laugh. And then like, I feel like laughter instantly makes you feel better.
So that's all the questions that we've got for you today. Thank you so much for coming on our episode of Beauty Talk. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on this episode.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on our next episode. Bye.
Bye.